Three AI experts on how access to ChatGPT-style technology is about to change our world. It's by Daniel Marino, Associate Science Editor, co-host of the Conversation Weekly podcast, Nathiel El Hadi, Science Technology Editor, and Daniel Acuna, Associate Professor of Computer Science, Kentaro Toyama, Professor of Community Information, Thierry Raina, Professor of Innovation and Entrepreneurship Management at Cole. Now, we put some questions to ChatGPT, and it's frightening when you ask it if it's going to choose humanity over AI, its brother AI-style robotics. If you ask that question, you will be shocked at the answer it gives. But anyway, going back to this, ChatGPT burst onto the technology world, gaining 100 million users by the end of January 2023, just 2 months after its launch, and bringing with it a looming sense of change. The technology itself is fascinating, but parts of what makes ChatGPT uniquely interesting is the fact that essentially overnight, most of the world gained access to a powerful generative artificial intelligence that they could use for their own purposes. In the episode here, we're talking about the researchers who study computer science, technology, and economics to explore how the rapid adoption of technologies has, for the most part, failed to change social and economic systems in the past, but why AI might be different despite its weaknesses. And spending just a few minutes playing with new generative AI algorithms can show you just how powerful they are. You can open up a DAL-E, type in a phrase like dinosaur riding motorcycle across a bridge, and seconds later the algorithm will produce multiple images more or less depicting what you asked for it. ChatGPT does much the same, just with text as its output. And these models are trained on huge amounts of data taken from the internet. And as Daniel Acuna, the Associate Professor of Computer Science at University of Colorado Boulder in the US, explains, that can be a problem. He said, if we are feeding these models data from the past and data from today, they will learn some biases, Acuna says. They will relate words, let's say, about occupations, and find relationships between words and how they are used with certain genders or certain races. The problem of bias in AI is not new, but with increased access, more people are now using it, as Acuna says. He says, I hope that whoever is using those models is aware of these issues. With any new technology, there's always a risk of misuse, but these concerns are usually accompanied by hope that as people gain access to better tools, their lives will improve. That theory is exactly what Kentaro Toyama, Professor of Community Information, University of Michigan, has studied for nearly 2 decades. He says, what I ultimately discovered was that it is quite possible to get research results that were positive, where some kind of technology would enhance the situation in a government or school, or in a clinic, explains Toyama. He says, but it was nearly impossible to take that technological idea and then have it impact at wider scales. Ultimately, Toyama came to believe that technology amplifies underlying human forces, and in our current world, those human forces are aligned in a way that the rich get richer and inequality keeps growing. But he was open to the idea that if AI could be inserted into a system that was trying to improve equality, then it would be an excellent tool for that. Technologies can change the social and economic systems when access increases, according to Thierry Raina, the economist who studies innovation and entrepreneurship. He studied how widespread access to digital music, 3D printing, blockchain, and other technologies fundamentally change the relationship between producers and consumers. In each of these cases, increasingly people have become prosumers, meaning that they are actively involved in the production process. Raina predicts the same will be true with generative AI. Raina says that in a situation where everybody is producing stuff and people are consuming from other people, the main issue is that choice becomes absolutely overwhelming. Once an economic system reaches this point, according to Raina, platforms and influencers become the wielders of power. But Raina thinks that once people can not only use AI algorithms, but train their own, it will probably be the first time in a long time that the platforms will actually be in danger. The episode was written and produced by Katie Flood, hosted by Dan Marino, and the interim executive producer, Men Mawari. And this is from The Conversation on the AI experts, how to access ChatGPT-style technology, changing the world. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box.